Hi everyone and welcome to day 19 of the Inktober Tangles 2024 challenge. I am Lisa of Wee Crafty Crow and I'm having so much fun doing this challenge. I've never actually recorded them for YouTube up until this year, but it's been so much fun. Today's tangle I'm going to show you is one by Zentangle HQ. And it's Bunzo. So I'm kind of breaking with like the way I've been starting these videos so far, and I'm demonstrating one of the ways that I've used this tangle before. So if you don't know Bunzo, it's this bit here. And I'm showing you this really because I'm going to do it in quite a different way when I demonstrate it today. I've also done it previously as it almost looks like mussels, like some kind of seashell. So I'm going to just get started on demonstrating it today. I'm going to do it more in a kind of floral arrangement. So let's get started. Bunzo starts very simply with, I'm going to actually change pens, because that was my 08. That'll come in handy later. I'm just using a PN pen today in black, just the same as the other ones that I've been doing in this challenge. And so Bunzo starts with, doesn't have to necessarily be, this kind of almost reminds me of an apple seed, but it doesn't have to be exactly kind of down to a point. It's just a first line that you put and then you're going to aura that going out. So I'm just auraing that. And then that kind of becomes almost like a petal shape. So I'm going to now use this 08. It's just the same colour, it's just black. It's only because an 08 pen is a bit thicker and it fills the spaces in a bit more quickly. But if you either don't have an 08 or if you just kind of have a bit more time at home, I'm obviously aware that when I'm inking on video it might feel a bit boring for people to watch. Just feel free to use whatever pen that you have. And then I'm going to go around this in this sort of way. I'm going to do that all the way around. And then reverting back to the 08. This tangle looks great on a Renaissance or tan tile because you've got the drama of having so much ink on it, and then once you start using highlights as well, it's a really, really cool tangle. What I've accidentally done there was start to ink in the wrong bit, but we know there are no accidents in Zentangle, don't we? So I've just doubled up that space that I was drawing in and effectively covered up my mistake. And it's still going to look cool at the end. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the spaces in between each of the original Bunzo and I'm going to add the same kind of shape, but just coming out from the middle there. It's not a standard flower shape, obviously. It's blossomed in a slightly different way. But it's really fun to draw this one. I think that's going to look really good when it's finished. So now back to the 08. Now I'm going to go to this last wee bit, do the last bit of inking in. And something to be mindful about when you're doing a drama tangle like this one and you're putting down lots of ink, I would just say before you go ahead, it might not matter just as much with the graphite stage, although you would want to be careful at that point as well. But especially at the pastel pencil point, you want to make sure that you're not putting your pastel pencil down over ink when it's still slightly damp, as the ink might then smudge or smear a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is to stop the camera for a wee while, just make sure that my ink is dried, and then I'm going to come back to do the last bit where I'm going to shade and add some highlight. I just had somebody call me. I forgot to switch, I'm using my iPhone. I forgot to switch my phone onto flight mode. And so I started filming. As you can see, there's a little bit of graphite here. So anyway, when you go to these original shapes where we have the seeds, just add a little bit of graphite just in the smallest bit here, and the very pointed bit. And then at the other bits, we're going to just add either side here a little bit of graphite. Try not to add so much that when you drag it out you lose the bit of the original tile colour in the middle, because if you add too much graphite it kind of defeats the purpose of adding shade in the first place. So we're just doing anything that you usually would with the graphite, just smoothing it out a little bit, just to kind of make those lines a little bit less harsh in their appearance. And repeat that on each of those petal shapes. I wouldn't describe Bunzo usually as a petal. It's not a floral type of pattern by any means. It just kind of fits the shape that it's in. You can go off in different directions with this and make smaller shapes and bigger shapes, and it's a very fun tangle. You can fit it into any space that you have. So I'm actually going to go back in because the pencil that I'm using, I use this pencil because it doesn't shine on the camera but you might be using a different pencil at home. I'm just going to darken it up just a little bit. It'll look even more effective when I'm adding the white pencil if the graphite is just a tad darker. And then we're going to go in with this pencil, and this is when, for me, this just pops. So just put across that centre of that black bit, and we're going to just smooth this out with the blending stump shortly. And I just think this tangle is amazing. Actually, I'm just going to put a wee bit of white in those tan spaces as well. Work that all the way up or down the centre, depending on where you're starting from. And then go into your blending stump that you use for your white pencil. And smooth that out. How cool is that? I really, really like this one. I don't know if if you follow Zentangle, you may have heard them referring to the mac and cheese tangles. And the mac and cheese tangle is just a tangle that you go to all the time. It's like, you know, in terms of food, mac and cheese is comfort food and something that people go to all the time because they really enjoy it, and it's just safe and easy and enjoyable. And this is my mac and cheese tangle, or one of them, because I have so many of them. Just think it always looks really effective once the highlighting goes in as well. So it's a nice quick video today. You can see this works up really quickly and easily. So I will go just now, and hopefully I will see you again for day 20. If you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it, or any likes that you might put on my videos would be appreciated as well. So I'll hopefully join you again for one of my future Inktober Tangles videos. Thank you. Bye.